Hello everyone. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but today I thought I would just go ahead and work on a pattern that I've been working on for a while now. I never seem to force myself to work on it, so I thought this would kind of push me to work on something that I don't normally pick up and just do. So right now I'm working on a penguin pattern. So I found this photo online and I drew it up on my Procreate, and now I'm just doing the colors. It's not going to look exactly like it because I don't 100% want to do the brownish, yellowish colors in the photo. Maybe a little bit I will, but I think that's mostly from the sun hitting them. But, I mean, it could be from dirt. Yeah. And my style is very much trying to make it look realistic. Now, I know it's not going to be super realistic. Hi, Beth. Can you hear me? Because nobody's been on, and I don't know if anyone can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm guessing you can't. Oh, okay. I was like, oh no. I've only used this what is it called? Stream Champ once before, and I still can't get the hang of it. I've tried. I had to put this live up 3 times for me to get it to go. Yeah, I'm not used to it. So, and there's another one that allows you to, there's another app that allows you to stream your iPad, but you have to have 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers, and I don't have that. So, I'm using this. So if you didn't catch, I'm working on a penguin print. I found this photo a while ago. I went on Pinterest and said, penguins. So I found this photo a while ago and I kind of sketched it out. And I haven't really gotten very far. I've had it in my iPad for a while now, but like that's kind of as far as I've gotten so far. Yeah. So that's about as far as I've gotten. I think I have another one in here. Let's see. Let me turn these ones off. I'm not sure what I have of this one. Oh, yeah. So there's another little one. I'm not exactly sure. I wanted this to be a spoonflower print, but I'm not sure if it'll end up being one. Now I just want to focus on the baby. Did I do this on the wrong one? Oh wait, no, it's right here. Well, we all start with stick people. I'm probably better at stick people, but it's also really funny to watch my daughter. She loves to draw. Like, hopefully that'll, like, I'm okay with drawing. But like, if she keeps going the way she's going, she's gonna be amazing at it. Okay, back to here. This looks like it's more rounded than just like that. That does look a lot more rounded. Nope. And sometimes I just use my smudger to like help push out lines so that I can like restart without actually having to restart, if that makes sense. So that kind of goes like that and up. And I'm trying to debate whether I actually want to go with the colors Hi, Sandy. Or Sandra. Not Sandy. I'm trying to debate whether I need to go, if I should go with the colors on the picture here, or if I should stay with like the lighter grays. I like the lighter grays, but then it also kind of looks a little cold. I don't know. I mean, I guess it should look cold. It's in a very cold area. Okay, where... How are you guys today? Oh. Huh, that's cool. Does it affect your screen? Like, does it scratch at your screen? I still have the original nib on my pencil. I changed to like a paper-like one. I don't know if it's called paper-like, but it's kind of the matte-ish finish. I can't remember what it's called. I just worry about those things like metal tips, like scratching at it and like ruining the film that you put on it to protect your screen. You know what I mean? That's cool. My husband got me a gift card to Apple to get more tips for my Apple Pencil. I think he got that for me like a year or two ago, and I still haven't used it. Yeah, I'm bad when it comes to gift cards. Like I like hoard them. I'm like, oh, I'll save this for a day that I really, really need it. And then like 5 years later, I'm like, yep, haven't used that yet. I swear, I had, like when I got married in 2012. And we got gift cards. I swear I still have some of those gift cards. Like, guys, it's kind of bad. I'll have to, you'll have to send me a link for them or message me or something so I can look at them. Okay. Looking like a baby head. Cool. Like, I use my iPad a lot, but I've noticed lately I haven't been using it very much. I'm not sure why, but what is it called? Everything. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it was from Design. Oh, you were the one that came up with the name of it. Design. I can't remember the name of it. On Design Cuts. There we go. Design Cuts. Okay. I had to look it up. I couldn't remember. Design Cuts. I'm seeing if I can find it on here. I'm pretty sure it's this Everything watercolor. It's like $20. Yeah, that's it. So it's on Design Cuts, and it's Everything watercolor. And it's like 92 custom Procreate brushes for Procreate. looks like a little head. You can save you can save brush sizes. Seriously, I haven't been on Procreate in a very long time. So I didn't even know that existed. I have no idea. See, you can tell I'm not like a real artist because like, I mean, a real artist would probably know about these things. And I'm completely oblivious to it. I'm sure you guys could teach me a whole lot more than I can teach you. That's really sad that I don't know anything about it. I should do a live where I'm like, you teach me how to Procreate. And everyone in the comments can tell me what I'm doing wrong with it. Or teach me things that I didn't know existed, and I'll be like, wow, that's cool. Oops. Oops. Maybe I should put, I don't know what to do. Whether I should put some of this, like, dirty color. Like, I said dirty color, but, like, you can obviously see that the baby penguin has a lot more yellowy brownish color to him. But I'm not sure if I want yellowish browny color to him. But that's where it throws me off, because if I'm looking at something for reference, I'm like, I have to add it. It's like I have no... I don't know. His face is very white, but his body's kind of grungy. Like up here, it would be a little grungier. I mean, it gives it more dimension, I guess. Sorry if my turning gets anyone nauseous. It's easier for me. Yeah, I could. So if you can see, this layer 45 is a clipping mask on this layer, so I would have to, like, I mean, I guess I could duplicate it and then hide it the way it is. I just never think about that when I'm working. Thanks. I never think about it. I'm like, well, if I don't like it, I guess I'm stuck with it. I don't know why I don't think about that, but thanks. Because on the baby, it like goes from like black to like a really dark brown to like, I don't know. And then I wonder if it's just like, just because the sun's shining it, or is the baby actually like a brownish color, or is that specific type of penguin that color? I didn't research anything about penguins. I just found a picture that I thought was cute. I thought it would be cute to have like a mommy baby penguin combo. So that's the only reason why I did it. Because I thought it would be Like, I may or may not do the daddy, so I'm calling, I don't know which one is which. I'm calling the one standing taller the daddy, and then the other one I'm calling the mommy, looking down at the baby. I have no idea what it is, but I thought that would be cute. Like, on a fabric, like if I do make it a fabric, I think that would be really cute to like have a mommy baby. I think I do like the brown to it because it kind of like it separates the mommy from the baby. Like, you know, that's its baby, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. No, brown. I also have another baby that I made before I drew this one up. I had drawn a different one. I don't know if it's going to go with it or not. Let me make those go away. That's the other baby I drew. I haven't put the eyes, so it looks kind of creepy. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But, when I make a pattern, well, in a lot of things I do, whether it's making a pattern or whether it's making fabrics or when I'm crafting, I like to do things in 3, 5s, and 7s. So I like to do things kind of in that matter where I'll have like 3 focal points or like 3 images that go together. So like I could have a mommy and a baby, so that's like 2, and then I can have one by itself, that would be the 3rd, because your brain, this is what I learned. I used to do Party Light, if anyone knows what Party Light is. I think it's still in business. I haven't done it for years. But anyway, I remember when I did Party Light, we were always taught that your eye and your mind are very drawn to odd numbers. So, I use that in everything, like a lot of things I do, is I do it in odd numbers so that, you know, it looks better on a fabric or it looks better when I'm drawing it or whatever it is, if that makes sense. See, that one's really cool. What about this one? See, these are like, whoa, that's almost like a pink. That's weird. See? Don't like that one. So usually when I'm drawing a design, I try to do 3 main focuses, and then I kind of fill in the spaces with other things. Sometimes it ends up being odd, sometimes it ends up being even with all the different images, but I usually start with 3 at least. Like, I'll do 3 main images, and then I move them around, and then I do, oh, this is a huge empty spot. Let's figure out what should go there. You know, that kind of thing. What sizes do you usually make objects for fabric? I don't really have a specific size. So, for example, I believe that this canvas I'm on, settings. Yeah, it's an 8x8. I usually always start with an 8x8 canvas. I don't know why, I just do. I started doing that when I did the first print for Bingham Bliss, and I just started with an 8x8, and then I just drew my little things based on that size, and then just resized them to, like, I think I resized them so that they could mostly fit all on there on one 8x8, and then you just adjust from there. Like, there's really no, I don't really have like a set size. Yeah, that doesn't help, does it? I don't really have a set size. So, for example, this is an 8x8, what would I call this? An 8x8 page? I don't know. So it's 8x8, and I'm doing them full scale. Like, I'm almost doing them the exact size of the screen, right? So I'm doing that, but it doesn't mean I'm going to keep them that size. I'm going to shrink these down, because I'm going to try and make sure that everything can fit on the one. And then when I'm going through and making, when I'm going through and I'm trying to make it so that it's a, what is the word for that? Seriously, words just fly out of my head. A seamless pattern. When I'm going to make a seamless pattern, I try to make them all so that they fit on the 8x8, but when you make a 8x8, or when you make a seamless pattern, you have to shift it. Remember how I showed you? You shift halfway and you shift the other half. And then you can shift it up and down, right? So as I'm doing that to make it a seamless pattern, I will notice if things don't fit quite right. Like if they look kind of weird. Sometimes I'll make one larger than the other two so that it fills the space better. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can explain it. So let me see. I mean, I don't really know how to explain it. So, and it's trial and error, 100% trial and error. Like, when I was working on Amber's pattern, for example, this is her cowboy up pattern. I had these cactus, maybe you can see I had these cactus all drawn up, right? So I was like, oh, that's one element. The horses were an element all by themselves, right? Whoa, don't do that. Don't do that. The horseshoes were an element all by themselves. The hat was an element all by itself. The boots were an element all by themselves. So when I came to putting it together into a cohesive pattern, I opened all of them up and I started putting them. It took a long time. There are some patterns where you put it together and you're like, wow, this looks amazing. I don't want to change a thing. I had a really hard time with this pattern because this one is more technically, what does Amber refer to them as? Like, it has one plane. Like, they have to be standing up. I don't want my horses upside down floating around. You know what I mean? So, it has to have a direction. That's what she says, a directional print. This one in particular had to have a direction. because I didn't want my horses upside down floating into space. So that is where the rope came in, because I thought the horses just standing there without anything looked weird. I felt like it needed a background, or it needed something to ground it. So I added the rope, which I was like, ooh, that's great. That's totally cowboy. So I added the rope. And then once I added the rope, I was like, oh, well, where is this going to go? I mean, here's another idea. This was another idea I had. So it took me many tries to make it the way I wanted it to. I think you'll just learn by doing. Because if you go through this entire thing, you can see where I tried multiple different things. Like, none of them ever, I mean, look at this. So I had horses, and I had made a background with horses. Like, I had made another background with, I tried multiple different things until something looked good to me. So it really is trial and error. I wish I had more of a definitive, this is how you do it. But like I said, I'm learning too. Like, here was another trial. I tried making this. Like, so it's different. It'll be different every time. So my idea, so far in my head, I'm like, okay, I'll have a mommy with the baby, and then I might have another baby, or another one or two babies. And I would like to make it look like they're on a water scene, so maybe make the background blue. So the background of the fabric blue, with them on like on ice. Not on ice, but like on icebergs and stuff like that. I don't know. That's just my idea in my head. Is it going to turn out like that? Odds are no, but that's the idea I have in my head so far of what I would like it to look like. Hopefully I didn't lose you on that. Kind of went off on a rant. This is not liking my connection or something. my my chat keeps going off, so I'm like, wait, did somebody write? It's like, we're having connection issues. I was like, oh, great. And I'm totally willing to help. I just don't really know a whole lot about, I don't really know a whole lot about Procreate. I don't really know a whole lot about creating fabric patterns. Like, I literally fell into it because Amber asked me to make a pattern for her, and I had no clue what I was doing. So, literally, I don't know the correct way to do it, but and I reached out to a few to be like, oh, I'd love to learn, like how do you do it, and like ideas, and not ideas, but like for like them being like a mentor, like to help teach me, but not very many people are very willing, so it's looking cute. See, this is why I have to go on a live. Because if I don't, I will never work on these things. Well, and I feel like when you reach out to other people, they're like, oh, you're out to steal my stuff. I mean, maybe that's true with some people. Some people are out to steal things, but I honestly am just like, I'm like, you could teach me so much, like, especially from somebody who has no clue what they're doing. And I'm sure they're probably like, well, go to school and learn. But I'm like, I'm not gonna go pay for school. I've already done that. too much. Seems awfully wide. Yeah, that's way too wide. Okay. Go in here and delete or erase some of it. No, wait. I think I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, gotta go on that one. Maybe I'll put just the idea of an eye. So it's kind of like right here. Huh? No, not that large. Too large. Just a suggestion of where the eyeball will go eventually. Just a hint. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to worry about the white spot on the baby's beak. That seems a lot of extra work for no particular reason. So, also the other thing I have noticed, so in real watercolor, you want to, sorry, I had to get a drink of water. You want to, in real watercolor, if you were doing it on paper, you build up the color. You never just slap on the darkest color and then try and blend it out. That doesn't work. You want to start light and work your way up like gradually. And I've noticed you have to do the same thing on your iPad. So if you're trying to do watercolor and you're like, why is this not working? Just make sure that you're working your way up and not just slapping it on. Like start with your very lightest gray and work it up to the black. And even then, odds are I'm not going to make it completely black either, because I think the gray adds a lot of dimension, because black is just black. So, I mean, you can see a lot of dimension in this baby's head with like the very dark black and it like coming out to very lighter, or to a very light gray. So odds are I will not make it completely black like on the picture. Now the eye, I might make it darker, but the rest of it I probably won't, because I like the dimension. Plus, another thing that's helpful is when you create fabric prints, there's only so much detail they can get in a print form. So when they print it onto your fabric, especially if you're, so for example on mine, this canvas here, it has that faux watercolor paper texture to the background of it. That, if you're going to use that, will translate into grainier fabric. So it'll have kind of a textury, grainier, fuzzier look to the fabric when it's printed. So I think that really helps. One, it helps with a realistic look of watercolor. Two, it also helps with, kind of getting by with like not 100% perfect work. Like, I get stuck on, oh man, that doesn't look just right. But then when I finally have it printed, I'm like, well, I guess it didn't have to look 100% perfect because it looks great, you know? And this little baby's head is a little wonky. I should kind of add that in a little so that it doesn't look completely perfect. Yeah, that looks good. And this is kind of flattened out right here. I think that looks good. It's just one layer because it looks very different, especially with watercolor. If you want it to look like a true watercolor, you're going to want it to be, well, at least for me anyway. See, this is where I could learn a lot from other people. Is do they do it on one single layer or don't they? For me, I do it on one single layer, which I know if I screw something up, it's kind of gonna ruin it, but I do it on one layer just because it looks more watercolor. Like if I have another, so let's say I add another layer, right? And I go to add more darkness, it's not going to blend with the other colors. Because I'll be like, ooh, let's blend this out. Well, it's not going to blend out with the other ones. And for some reason that bugs me. Like, I mean, that looked fine. But like, say I want to blend it with this brown over here. You're not going to be able to blend it with the brown because it doesn't blend with the brown. It's sitting on top of it. Now, I'm sure, like, some people do it on different layers, but I do it on one. I know it's probably more work, but and if I weren't trying to make it look realistic and I was doing like a cartoon version, I'm sure you could like do different layers so that you could change the colors. But since I like it to look realistic, I feel like you kind of have to do it all in one. I don't know. Just my opinion. So cute. Oh, baby. I'm on the right one. Okay. Cute. Okay. So really, this baby does have quite a bit of brownish tint to him. Here is definitely darker. Now you could maybe like do like this brownish layer on a different layer so that the browns all mesh together well. But I don't. Yeah. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the one thing I love about adding color to your drawings is like then they really start looking nice and real and not weird looking. So cute. Here I could probably use this darker. Just like start. See how the fin, like, I don't know, is it called a fin? A flipper? I don't know. I'm guessing it's a flipper. See how, like, if I had put that on a different layer, it wouldn't have blended like it's blending right now. Because it's blending also with the black that was already put on there. So I'm using like this brown color, but now it's blending with the black, which makes it have like more of the color of what's on the photo. See, looks like a little baby. Needs a little bit. And I know I kind of bop around when I'm coloring. I kind of get bored of a certain area and then I move to another area. So cute. Now, if I don't end up drawing the daddy or the taller one, I won't necessarily have to have that shadow that's on the baby. So I don't think I'm going to do the shadow right this second. But I'm going to make sure that this is definitely added in. You can see I'm just like throwing color on, and then I use this blender. It's this color chaser smudger, and that helps me kind of like smudge out the color. There. Now it's giving the illusion that the baby's rounder. Like if you can see how it kind of chunkies the baby up, if that's a word. Probably not, but I used it. I might add in some gray and see if that helps with me blending. Or I add the gray with the brown. Yeah, that helped a little. Because his tummy kind of has a gray brown hue to it. And then sometimes I do kind of use my eraser to come in here and lighten up spots that I feel have gotten a little too dark. And then I will come in and like blend it back out. Like that. I think this needs to get hair darker. With the brown. the line drawing. Yeah, looks pretty good. Here, I think it needs to be a little more brown than gray. And I don't really like how this looks because it looks too dark and dirty. So I'm going to erase a lot of that and just kind of start fresh. I think I'll just try the brown for right now. So that looks a little better. I mean, it's not as dark as the photo, but there we go. Always add to it. Wonder where I got that dot from. It's fine, I'll just delete the dot. Just smooth it over. it kind of chops that off. Every once in a while I look at it and I'm like, ooh, that proportion's off. So like really this should be coming down more into like the armpit or front of the arm. Like this should come down more dramatic. Sometimes it looks weird to me. And then I adjust it some more. Let's see if that'll work on it. That looks okay, I guess. Where else? Don't like that. Not boring you all to death, am I? I think my problem with its arm is that I didn't start, like I said, with the light color. So I'm going to grab my eraser, bring it in here, erase that portion. And then I'm going to start with the light color. That is one thing I really do like about watercoloring on your iPad is that you can erase a section and start new without ruining your paper, because in real watercoloring, if you work your paper too much, it'll start pilling or ripping, and yeah, then you pretty much have to start all over again. But with this, if you're not happy with it, just go in and change it. Which is nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's my pencil at. Oh, it's doing pretty good. Right. Okay. Now a little bit darker. I think I might work on the head some more, because the body is kind of throwing me off. I've used the same brush the entire time, but let's see if switching it up will help any. No, make that smaller. That looks kind of light. Let's see here. This one usually is the darker. Whoa. I really did darken it up. Oh man, there we go. I wonder if me adding another layer here would help. Maybe. Whoa. I think I got a little dark. I feel like it changes the color of it though. that match the photo? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna call it a day on this live. I hope you enjoyed and got something from it. Thanks for keeping me company, and I will see you all next time.